public. Hey there, beer tubers. Welcome back to tonight's edition of Bring Your Own Beer for Beer Analysis 101, BYOBA101. Tonight, we're doing all kinds of Christmas beers. I think actually everybody did bring a winter or a Christmas seasonal as requested. But before we get started, we will introduce the panel that we have with us tonight, starting with Mr. Rougebeard.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me.
How you doing today?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me.
Good. All right.
Glad to be here.
Nice. Okay. Anyway, next up, we have Mr. Warm Jacket himself.
Yeah, Nick, I'm dying here of not having a warm jacket. Hurry up so I can get.
Well, if you would hurry up and just do your advent calendar or your advent closet video for tonight.
I've already got the advent calendar. It's just not edited yet, so it's my wife to come from shopping.
So you're pinning it all on your wife.
What's that?
You're pinning it all on your wife.
Well, she's the one that does the editing. You guys love the editing, so she's now doing it all herself.
I know, it's the best part.
The only part I do is I tell her sometimes she's not mean enough, so I make her be a little more mean. I'm like, no, you really give it to me.
That's awesome.
Right. Anyway, also today we've got Mr. Massive Beers, Matt. How you doing tonight?
Pretty good, man. Pumped to drink some Christmas beers. We're less than a week away, and I'm one day removed from not having to work until early January. So I'm
Nice.
kind of pumped. Yeah.
All righty. Cool beans. And we also have Mr. Craig coming from the UK. Mr. Kent Beer Reviews himself. How you doing tonight?
How you doing? Good. All good. Cheers for having me. It's been a while since I've been on one of these things. Looking forward to it.
I think he came in last time we did a BA, like one of these bring your own beer things. I can't remember.
I can't remember.
Yeah, it's a while ago.
Yeah, cool.
And of course, we got Mr. Ashley Sexton of Sexton Brewing Co. is doing an awesome job on the advent calendars. And I'm totally saying that even though Greg is in the room.
Yeah. Thanks. Glad to be here. And it's a nice break from the retail grind of December. So thank you.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's right. We have to have a moment of silence for people of your kin.
Yeah. Be nice to retailers because they have to put up with your dumb bullshit day in, day out.
It's not just our dumb bullshit. It's everybody's dumb bullshit.
Everyone's dumb bullshit.
Yeah.
Anyways, cheers. Thank you.
Cheers, Ash. All right. And of course, certainly not least, we have Mr. Off the 10th, Chris. How you doing tonight?
I'm good. Thanks, Nick, for having me. A couple things. I'm glad that Craig's here. I miss you, buddy. And the other thing is congratulations, Nick, on getting yourself noticed on television, on the local news and CTV for your photography stuff that you did of the tree in the covered bridge that's no longer in use. Congratulations on that, Nick. And great photos. Check them out.
Yeah, thanks, Chris.
You're welcome.
All right. Let's move back over to me for a second just because I might as well talk about that we were just talking about since it's my time to introduce myself. Yeah. So over the weekend, they decided to erect a Christmas tree up in a nearby seaside town called St. Martin's. There's a covered bridge there that had been decommissioned a couple years ago, and they decided to put up a Christmas tree and all this shit. Anyway, I went over and took pictures of it there on Sunday night and then posted them to Facebook yesterday, and they've blown up viral so badly that it's been shared over 1,900 times on Facebook. It's got, I think, 1,200 likes on it right now, and it's been on the TV. It's been on the. It's going to be in the newspaper tomorrow, and it's going to be on it's got on a couple of different news sites, like local news sites, like the Telegraph Journal and all this shit. Anyway, yeah, it's crazy. It's blowing up, and my phone is going nuts from all the notifications I'm getting from it. So. Enough about me for tonight. Let's get into the beers that we are bringing, and I might as well, since I'm talking, introduce the beer I'm drinking first, which is going to be a Delirium Christmas. Yay! I even have the Delirium Christmas glass to go with it, so proper glassware. And wait, that's not all. I also have an aged, like 2014 bottle of Delirium Christmas as well. I can't exactly remember how old that thing is, but it's not new. It's been sitting for a while. All right. Yeah, everybody's laughing because they know how my cellar's like. You didn't just drink. You just didn't drink it. You just forgot about it, which is probably accurate. All right.
Wait, did the bottle say Noel and the other say Christmas?
The glass says Noel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like the.
I thought that was interesting.
That would be an interesting quirk if that was.
Yeah, it's the same beer. I mean, they don't call it. They call it Christmas over here instead of Noel because we're English, not French.
I'm offended by that. I should say delirium festivities instead of Christmas because everyone's butt hurt over that. Fucking don't say Merry Christmas.
Delirium beer holiday edition.
Anyway, moving right along to Mr. Redbeard. What did you bring for a beer tonight? And say a few words about it.
I got me a can of Can't You Find Another Way to Come Home for the Holidays. It's a Belgian-style Christmas ale by Sawdust City Brewing out of Gravenhurst, Ontario, coming in at 8% ABV. And, I don't think I've ever had a Belgian-style Christmas ale, so I'm quite excited to try this. Sawdust City is my favorite brewing company. And also looking at this, it's a collaboration, it seems like, with the Eastbound Brewing Company, who I have never heard of. So,
you've never seen their stuff before?
Not that I know of, no.
Kenny fucking Powers.
I would assume Dave is their brewmaster because they got like this Sam and Dave thing on the side of it. I know Sam is the brewmaster at Sawdust, so I assume Dave would be the brewmaster at Eastbound.
Yeah.
So, good times.
Word. All right, so let's go over to Mr. Greg. Let's see what Greg has brought to the table tonight for us. What are you drinking?
Well, perfect for my bone shaker glass from Amsterdam.
Bone shaker.
I brought a Bring Out Your Dead from Bellwood, 2018.
Suppose
Say
that's
when we analyze, but I don't care. It's good.
analyzed. Well, I suppose technically speaking, that is a winter seasonal, isn't it?
It's a fall-ish seasonal. This year it's a non-seasonal because it didn't come out. So
They didn't release Bring Out Your Dead this year?
no, unless they plan to do it in the new year. But
yeah, we'll take it if it's.
But this one is now aged since we analyzed it, so we'll see if it's different.
Yeah, because when did we do Bring Out Your Dead? We did last winter, I think, didn't we?
Something like that. It's been a while.
Anyway, I guess we don't really need to ask your history with it because we know you have a very extensive history with that specific beer.
I've had them all, and they've all been good, but some have been better than others. If you want to know the whole shebang, watch the Redbeard video where we just get completely annihilated and he fingers my mouth.
There's a couple videos. Yeah, it was
watch that, or you could plug this own channel here and say, why don't you go back and watch the beer analysis we did on it like a while ago.
Yeah, but don't listen to Sexton. He was weird that day and pretended to get a.
Oh yeah, we Ashley Sexton got a vinegary bottle or something.
He made a public apology on that later though, so it's okay.
Yeah, well, we're just saying that because he's not here to defend himself.
All right. I couldn't get to him.
Do you wanna retort there, Ash?
Yeah, that was some dumb bullshit right there. Like that was a bad fucking bottle. And but Greg was gentlemanly enough to provide me with another bottle, which I drank on my birthday at 10 o'clock in the morning, recorded it, uploaded it, and it was a completely different beer. So I got a bunk bottle, and then I got a good bottle. So
in other words, you did post an apology, so Greg was right.
I didn't post shit, man. What am I? I'm not going to apologize for fucking Bellwood's dumb bullshit.
You know what's funny about that debacle is that the funny thing about that debacle is that I could have ended up having that beer.
Very much so.
Ended up with that one because we were there at the same time.
Luck of the draw.
Pretty funny. Yep.
And then then what would Ashley have drunk on his birthday?
I guess I'm next.
Yeah.
Matt, what are you drinking tonight? Sorry.
No, it's all right.
Turn myself back on.
I am drinking Hair of the Dog Doggy Claws. I've had this beer once or twice over the years. It's been a while. Hair of the Dog is like one of the probably biggest and more well-known barley wine producers in the States. They make fantastic beers, and I kind of saw this on the shelf, and I was like, this kind of makes perfect sense for a little holiday deliciousness. Plus, to me, be honest with you, like when I think of Christmas, like a lot of people think of different kind of beers. I think of like an aged kind of big ABV beer, something that's going to warm you up. You see the people sitting by the fire drinking like spirits and stuff. I want to have a nice big barley wine. That's what I think of when I think of Christmas.
It's very nice, and you are correct, sir. Because that's you really want something that's going to warm you up on a cold winter night,
Yes, sir.
especially something that's got like a. I don't know if it was holiday spiced or anything, but it's probably a good barley wine's hard to pass up, really.
Yeah, this is just the base American barley wine, so it's a little hoppy, but it's delicious. And the guy that makes it just crushes barley wines. He actually is this is the original brewery for the most expensive beer in the world. That's what they produced back in the day.
Oh wow!
Yeah, they were like 19. I forget it was like a 19-year-old bottle of beer they auctioned off, and they were going for like $2,000. And this is like in 2010. This is like before beer went crazy.
Yeah, this is before.
Yeah, this is like
more expensive now.
Yeah, if you bought one now, it'd probably be like 20. But like when beer wasn't like expensive and people freaked out over it, you know, it was a 20% triple ice box barley wine.
Damn.
That was barrel aged for like 8 years and then bottle conditioned for another 10 or something like that.
Oh, you have to have skills to be able to do that. Holy shit.
The foresight of doing it for that long. Think about selling that in 2013, and you started that in 1994.
I can't even think about what I'm going to wear tomorrow. Fuck that.
I don't remember what I wore today.
You tried, Dan. You tried a warm coat.
Fuck those warm coats.
I just like to make a special announcement that I have an Ashley Sexton bottle. This bottle is completely off.
Really? Okay. Yeah. Well, spoilers for later. All right. So let's move along to Craig. What did you bring tonight, sir?
I've got a beer from Northern Luck. They're out of Leeds in West Yorkshire, and it's their festive style. It's a bit out of focus.
Festive star.
Yeah.
Ooh, so,
yeah, so 5.9%, 25 IBUs. This is the base beer of this is their North Star. Used to be one of their core range beers. I haven't seen it for quite a while. But they've done this is not actually this year's can, it's actually 2018. I was going to do a side by side, but I thought, you're doing this, so I'd like, yeah, so I'll just get another can and do it another time. It doesn't matter. But so yeah, I mean, it's got a varying amount of spices and the all the usual bits and bats that you'd expect in something that sounds like this. So yeah. It's a collaboration with North Star Coffee Roasters. They're out of Leeds as well. So they do a lot of like collabs. Mainly they're kind of like haze bombs and stuff like that over here. And yeah, I've had this is the fourth year, the third actual year this can, but they brought it out again this year. So the last 4 seasons they brought this beer out, their annual release. So yeah. So.
Very nice. And over to Ashley. What did you bring tonight, sir?
I have great beers to drink, but I really wanted something that was like stupid festive. I don't know. Yeah. So I went to the LCBO and I was like, hey, yo, give me your dumbest beer ever. And they're like, follow me. And we went into the dark corners of the LCBO. And blew some dust off these bottles, and I ended up with festive pudding.
The fuck?
Festive pudding ale from
clear glass.
Yeah, it's got a clear glass. I didn't know it was a clear glass.
Yummy.
When was the last time? I think most British beer brewers, they don't even use clear glass anymore.
There's only a handful. Yeah.
Yeah. So neatly, I've seen this beer around every single year. It's probably like the exact same bottle from like 10 years ago. They just keep on pushing it out there. Like, fuck, I could be sitting on a 10-year-old beer. I don't know. There's no datings on this whatsoever. But yeah, it's a 6% strong ale that is spiced and blended. Apparently, they blend their rare oak aged brew with pale and crystal malt. I don't know how you blend a beer with malt afterwards. Like, it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah,
if there's something back here. So either way, it's just a bullshit gimmicky beer.
Yep. Two words. Two things. One, if you ever put the word brew on a label, you know it's gonna fucking suck. And 2, it totally looks like the dollar store version of like banana bread pudding. Like someone's like, "Fuck that! I'm making Christmas pudding," because the shape of the bottle and everything is the same as the banana bread beer.
Yeah, it actually is.
Green King. I mean, yeah. There you go.
Anyways, it is what it is. I got better stuff to drink later. But whatever.
How much was it? I'm curious.
I
How
don't
much
know.
was
Probably like. You know what? I don't even know. To be completely honest, I'm gonna have to look it up. I will let you know if I had to guess. And this is a 500 ml bottle. I think it is. Already had half of it. Yeah, it's a 500 ml bottle. I'm gonna say it's probably like $4.50. I don't know.
Jesus. Oh, okay.
I'll find out.
Right on. All right, so let's go over to Mr. Chris. What kind of disaster did you bring tonight? Actually,
Today, from Westbrook Brewing out of Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. Today we are taking a look at the eggnog shake. This is it's an Indian. It's a milkshake IPA with lactose, obviously, vanilla, egg, and it's aged in whiskey barrels. Is what we're looking at on this one. And this one's coming in at 7% alcohol. Went and picked this one up today. I was over in the States. I went over at Brew and Bottled, picked up a few beers over there. I knew they had some other half beers left over there, so I went and grabbed some. And so getting excited to try this beer, and it's getting late, so let's move on. Let's go. Chop chop.
Right. So we got to move over to one more person, which is me. All right. So my history with Delirium Tremens, or Delirium Christmas. I've had Delirium Tremens before, but Delirium Christmas, I've had the opportunity to have this once before. It was coincidentally a 2014 bottle that I had on Christmas, on New Year's Eve or something way back when. I got the post here. Actually, I remember really liking it, but I did buy more than one bottle of it, obviously. And this thing has been sitting in storage for 5 fucking years. It actually has a best before date of like August 2017. So I'm going to pop this one open while I'm talking here, just because I want to see what I'm getting myself into. Is this going to be a hilarious post of this cork exploding and spilling beer all over my desk? Yeah. All I know is that looking at the foil, it's so brittle and cracked. It's just like fracturing off.
Is it 13 you said?
14.
Is it a real cork or is it a synthetic cork? That's when synthetic corks were big.
It looks like real.
Okay.
I might actually have the actual proper date on the cork itself. It's all stuck.
I hope that shit explodes.
Yeah. That's nice, isn't it?
Boom! Paper towel on standby. So.
Yeah, but that's just there for other reasons. But there you go.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what cork I'm popping tonight. All right, so let's see if I can get it unstuck from here. All right, so I got the cage off, and there's like foil still stuck to the cork.
Jamie, you ready?
I'm surprised that it hasn't moved my other beer away, so I don't ruin it. Okay, so here we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Fucker bounced.
And he woke up his parents.
It's not. It's actually there's a lot of smoke, but it's not spilling over the.
Damn.
I was expecting that to be a fucking geyser. I mean, like I got a $100 mechanical keyboard sitting right here that I was going to ruin. Oh, now it's starting to foam a little.
Okay,
yeah, that's not bad.
That's not bad.
Yeah, the other one did that. The same thing. It's weird. Like this, like a little piece of foam that's sticking up. It's got some grit on the top of it.
Yeah. Hugh is really good at their beers. I don't know if I've ever had a gusher from them specifically.
I've had gushers in Delirium Tremens.
Yeah,
have you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like just like small bottles. You can't really store the small bottles of Tremens. Nocturnum seems to last a little longer.
Especially when you keep them in direct sunlight, keep them nice and warm.
Yeah.
Nice.
Looks all right.
How does that look compared to the other one? No, about
murkier.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks
murkier. The head is rockier too. Of course,
well, the other one's been sitting around for a little bit too.
All right. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have to come up with some thoughts. Let's reintroduce our pal Redbeard. He's probably upset. Back to the panel here, so he can talk about
Hey,
What do we talk about next anyway on one of these things?
Why don't you check your comments?
Oh yeah, that's actually one thing we could do.
Albino Rhino's in there.
Ashley, you want to read some comments?
Sure. Going all the way back, we got Chris bitching and moaning. Start already. Chad the Albino Rhino is chiming in from Pavernatuc, which is in the northern reaches of Quebec, and he's proclaiming that we suck, or you suck, or someone sucks.
The internet sucks.
And the internet sucks. Wow, I buffer every 15 seconds, and I'm supposed to have 5 out of 5 bars of internet. Oh, every 4 seconds now. Sounds like he's getting better. I am going to pop his cork soon. It's a euphemism for something, I'm sure. We got Teku Murray. Nice dirty glass, Jick.
Fuck off.
Nice dirty glass. And then Chad is like, what are they talking about, Yurt? I'm about 6 minutes behind.
You might have to watch.
Watch the replay.
Right.
But cheers. Cheers to
Cheers.
Chad up north.
Mm.
Maybe his internet will improve when Elon Musk finalizes his what's that project called?
Cybernet.
Starsat or whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
Well, cheers to the Inuits.
What, Skynet?
Yes, Skynet.
All right, let's go over to Redbeard. And, yeah. So, how you enjoying your beer so far?
This is really, really Belgian. Like,
Good.
I'm not hating it, but it's. I don't know. The yeast is the way it mixes with the spices they use and stuff is kind of weird. I feel like Ashley, you'd love this. Craig, you'd love this. Nick, even you'd love this.
Mm-hmm.
All you guys might love this. I don't love this.
Oh, y'all.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Drink another one.
It's probably the yeast profile. It's just something you don't like.
It's something like that, yeah. And my washing machine just finished. That's good.
All right. Well,
Really?
while we listen to the chiming of your microwave, your laundry, what do you want to give it for a rating at a style and overall? Like, what would you consider that style? Like, you said it was a Belgian Christmas beer. Was it like a Belgian with spices?
It's 8%. It's darker, obviously, but clear, more or less.
Strong dark with spices.
It's Sawdust City. They do Belgian stuff. I feel like they do Belgian stuff pretty well. So I'd give this probably like an 8.5 for the style. Overall enjoyment, maybe like a 5.
Okay.
So maybe if it's one, it could be one of those beers. Sometimes once I get into it more, I enjoy it more. The first couple drinks, that's all I've had so far. It's kind of different.
Okay. All right. So
Thanks, you appreciate that.
let's move over to Greg and see what he's saying about his Bring Out Your Dead, because he kind of already spoiled this for us.
Oh, yeah, because everyone was on the edge of their seat knowing. So I'm not going to give this one a 10 out of 10 on both style and rating like I would have otherwise. I've been sextoned on this. I've been completely sextoned. Can I have a real sexton? Since I suck with tasting notes, there's something. Mr. Ashley Sexton, what flavors did you get out of your bad bottle? Because I'm curious to know if I'm getting the same flavors that you did, or do you remember?
Well, I remember getting like a balsamic vinegar type of flavor, slightly savory, very thin.
Yeah, I think I have the same bottle that you do. To me, this does not taste like a regular bottle that's just turned. To me, this is like a completely different flavor to the actual beer. Like I get no stout, no barrel, no nothing. It's like a vinegary almost beer. Like it actually is not terrible for what it sounds, but it's just not what I want from Bring Out Your Dead. It's kind of like, oh, my dog just farted. Oh, whew. I gotta stop feeding him.
Don't feed him for a week. He might learn.
Yeah, I'll teach him. I don't know. It is what it is. I'm sure it'll still get me shit faced. I mean, I've probably had about 50 barrel aged beers from Bellwoods at this point over the years, maybe more. This really the first bad bottle I've ever had. I guess 2 if I count the one that I technically bought for Ashley. That's not terrible. That being said, I've still got like 6 bottles of this left, and if the rest of them are bad, fuck you, Bellwoods. I want my money back.
Is it the same vintage as what Ashley had?
Yeah, exact same thing. Yeah, it's just so far all the ones were good except for the one Ashley got. Now the one I got. So, and I've had this several times since we did beer analysis, and each bottle's been a 10 out of 10, 12 out of 10, quite frankly. But yeah, no, this is not great. Are we rating it now? I wasn't paying attention.
Sure. Yeah.
What are the ratings again? Are we actually doing style?
We're doing style overall, but there's just no math at the end.
Oh,
I'll be honest, I actually don't think this is terrible. It's like if I was in the mood for kind of like a funky or a sour beer, it actually could hit the spot, but it's not a bring out your dead. So I mean, for the style of a cognac barrel-aged stout, it's a 1. Overall enjoyment, it's 6. Like, just I don't mind it, but yeah, it's not what it should be.
Nice. Oh well. Can't all be perfect.
Disappointing.
Yeah, yeah, I bet. Especially you bought how much were they a bottle when you bought them?
$15 a bottle. So yeah, like I said, I'll be pissed off if my other 6 bottles are still like this. I'll be writing Bellwoods for my money back, and they probably won't give a fuck because they've already got my money and they've.
Be like, yeah, it's like, well, you bought that last year.
Also, in about 6 minutes, I'd love to know how long it takes Squirt to freeze.
Okay. All right, so let's move over to Mr. Matt. How is the beer?
This beer is fucking awesome. Like, it's fucking awesome. Like, it's exactly what I wanted. Sometimes you just want sometimes you just want a barley wine. And not just like a barley wine, like an American barley wine. It's not like necessarily the kind of style. Like, I'm English barley wine all the way, but every now and then I want a little spiciness. I want a little bit of hoppiness. And honestly, this is hitting the exact spot. It's a year old. It's a Core 4 beer. There's no barrel or anything, but it's a year old, and I think it's actually aged quite well just in a year that it's been in a bottle. It's exactly what I wanted to drink. Exactly what I hoped it would be with the year. In the grand scheme of things, if it had a little bit more time, it'd be great. But as far as rating goes, if I were to rate it as far as style, I'd give it a 10 out of 10. This is exactly what I want an American barley wine to be like. And as far as personal enjoyment, probably give it a 9.5 out of 10. The only thing, I don't know why I don't want to give it a 10, but yeah, it's absolutely fantastic.
Nice. So it automatically sounds like you're having the best experience of the whole night here.
It's delicious. I mean, I don't know how you're not having a great experience, Nick, because honestly, my favorite Delirium beer is their Noel, their Christmas beer. So I assume you're having a decent time too.
Oh yeah, I'll get into my thoughts on my own beer in a bit.
But Nick's a terrible human being.
Yeah, I am liking it. I'll talk more about it. But yeah, I mean, from the sounds of it, you're giving that thing 10s. That's
absolutely delicious.
Right on. All right, over to Mr. Across the Pond. And I'll take that from Teku down because
cool.
I've already shitted enough here.
This is although this is it went out of date. I shouldn't really rate this really because it's been out of date since May. But it's the only Christmas beer I had in the fridge, so there you go. So 5.9%. The coffee is not faded, which is pretty cool. I'm getting them kind of nutmeggy sort of cinnamon sort of thing going on there, which is not overpowering. It's just quite nicely balanced for the, obviously the style and stuff. So it's all kind of in tune. Obviously the ABV is fairly well hidden, etc. But the only thing probably lacking with it is a little bit of carbonation. It seems to have lost a little bit of carbonation. Which is a little shame, but it's still a tasty brew. I'm not going to dock it on that because at the end of the day, it's last year's vintage. So, it's drinking really easy. Just it's not. I don't mind a bit of spice, but I don't want it overpowering all the other flavors like the coffee and stuff like that. It's got a bit of roasted barley going on there, a little bit of sweetness from that. I mean, it's got lactose as well, but you definitely get more of a kind of a malt edge on it. Goes well with the coffee, etc. Coffee beans, touch of vanilla maybe. But yeah, it's a damn good beer. So rating then, I'll give this I'll give it 7 for both style. Well, style. I mean, spicy porter style, not really, but it's a porter. So yeah, I'll just give it 7 for style and 7 for my enjoyment of this one. So yeah, nice.
Very nice. All right. Let's go over to Mr. Ashley.
So the Green King Festive Pudding Ale.
This is going to go even lower than Redbeard.
No, it's okay. So basically, this is sort of like a mix between like a red ale and a brown ale. But really, and that's just sort of like in appearance. It's a little bit darker. It's got a little bit of a reddish hue to it. It's got some earthiness to it, but it's really just under attenuated sweetness. And then you get this. It doesn't really remind. I don't even know what a festive pudding is, to be completely honest. I have in my mind like a fruitcake, but really the only other flavor outside of malt, like the malt sweetness, the under attenuated malt sweetness, and like maybe the hot presence is just like a little bit of cinnamon and nutmeg. I don't know. I mean, the one good thing about it is that it was undercarbonated, so it makes it very easy to drink. So yeah, but I mean, really, it's an easy drinking dark ale. It's not offensive, but it's not great. There's some brewing faults to it because it's just too sweet, and yeah, I'll give it like a 3.5 for personal preference, and I'm not even gonna rate it to style because what the fuck style is a festive pudding ale? I think it doesn't even make sense. So there we go.
Nice.
Cheers.
Alrighty, so let's move on to Mr. Off the 10th himself.
So speaking of sweet, this is super sweet, this beer. And I think this is the first beer I've ever had that has egg in it. But with that being said, it is actually quite delicious. I like the sweeter beers. I like the sweet IPAs. I love the milkshake IPAs. I know Ashley Sexton loves milkshake IPAs, but not really. This beer, I don't know. It's a milkshake IPA with egg in it and lots of sugar is basically what this is. And I enjoy it. So for what it is, I taste the egg. I taste, it's a milkshake IPA. So, I mean, everything's coming through. So for style on this one, I'm going to have to give this one an 8 out of 10 for style. I really enjoy this. And speaking of enjoying it, I really enjoy it. So for my own personal preference, I'm going to give this one an 8.5 out of 10. I like this. I'd go back and get another one.
Nice.
It's expensive, though. That's the only drawback. This one can was $4.50 US.
Is there actual egg in it?
$4.50 US.
Mm-hmm. There is.
Wow. I assumed it was just by name. I assumed it was just a milkshake
No.
IPA that
It's got lactose, vanilla, eggs, and it's brewed. It's aged in whiskey barrels.
Wow.
Yeah, it's got eggs in it. It's good. It tastes like eggnog, but sweeter and with a little bit of IPA taste to it. Nice.
I wonder, I'm assuming the egg white? I can't imagine they would have thrown the fucking yolk in there.
They probably tossed the whole egg in there. Fuck.
I assumed it's got to be like a powdered
it's
egg.
be the yolk.
Otherwise, it would kill
It's
the
gotta-
beer.
Oh, it might, but I mean, if it's eggnog's using the yolk in eggnog. So
Yeah, but I think there's like natural oils and shit like that, like kind of like they do like PB2
Possibly.
and stuff like that, like peanut butter and beers. You have to like do the dried out peanut butter because the oil would kill the beer. I think it's the same thing with an egg.
who knows? All I know
Interesting.
is that I like it. It is interesting, that's for sure.
Cool. Very nice, sir. All right, let's go over to moi. And I want to talk about my beer now that I'm starting to get a little tipsy because I'm drinking. I'm very warm right now because I'm drinking this and this 10% shit. I'm like, damn, sons. All right. Okay, so I'm getting like flavors of like it's almost like green raisins, some dark fruits, a little hint of pear, It's almost like this, like not so much tannic, but like the skin of a grape or something like that, where it's got this kind of that. It's that sourness that you would really associate with like Brettanomyces yeast or something, like an Orval. Except for it's got a much more like cinnamon spiced background and a nice like red fruit, dark fruit kind of malt. It's not like super intense or anything, but it's very, very mild in character. And one thing I got to say about this thing is incredibly smooth and not very boozy for something that's 10%. This is insanely dangerous. Like you could chug this, and we'd be making a huge mistake if you did, but you could chug this, and you really would be seeing pink elephants. No, I'm not fucking doing it. But I do like the flavor profile. The only thing I gotta say, as a downside on this thing is that it is a bit on the mild side. Maybe if you're expecting to get a 10% beer, you're expecting a bit more warming, a bit more body or something like that. You're not going to get that out of this. But at the same time, I do think that this is damn easy drinking and very, very, very good. For the style of what was the other one we had last year? I think it was last year or the year before. It was like the other Belgian. Was it the Schoof Noel or no Schoof? Nice Schoof?
No, we didn't do that one much.
No, we did Nice Schoof in 2017. That was the Christmas beer that we did for BYOBA101. And I think I might be wrong.
Yeah,
I know we did it. We did do Nice Schoof, and I think maybe I like Nice Schoof better than this. But at the same time, you got to admit this is delicious. I'm gonna give that for the style. I'll give it a 9 for the style, and I'll give it an 8.5 for overall. Moving over to the aged bottle. The everything about it is subdued, but the flavors are all there. The spice profile, everything is just sort of mixed and melded together exactly as you want in a 5-year-old aged beer. The sour crispness is a little muted, like it's gone. It doesn't kick you as much as like the non-aged version does, and I think in that respect, I feel like I like the fresher version better. But I gotta say, this thing here is blended extremely well at its age, and there's only a trace of oxidation. And considering this is past its best before date by 2 fucking years, it's 5 years old, and usually these beers are good for like you really want to drink them at their sweet spot of 3 years, and it probably is past its sweet spot. But there's nothing wrong with this. I expected almost to get like a weird sourdough kind of character to the malt on something that's 5 years old and it was really not intended to be aged this long. This held up extremely well, and it's definitely worth drinking, and it's probably something I should have split with other people instead of drinking all of myself. But fuck it.
Right to your face.
I'm having a good fucking day right now. Well,
I mean, for
shit day work, but a fucking good day with my post on Facebook just got past 2,000 shares, so I'm happy about that.
5-year-old beer, look at that head on it, man. It's like creamy as fuck. It's
I know,
like
man.
Beautiful. You know what I mean? Like that in itself, you can tell how good it is.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm impressed at how well this held up for its age. That's insane.
It looks the part, considering. It really does.
It's basically this with less bite. It's the fresh one without less bite, but a hell of a lot smoother.
Cuvee time. Cuvee. Come on.
God. What do you
Come
like?
on, baby. You're going to drink them both anyway. Come on.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Nick,
It all gets mixed up.
I'll take this much, and I'll fill the rest up with the aged.
Chug.
Swirl it.
I'm not,
You gotta swirl it.
But chug.
Get the dregs. Yeah.
You gotta flirt.
No.
I'm not. No, wait.
Pinky,
I have a
flourish
date
the
tomorrow night. I don't want to fucking.
Nick wants
Get
to be
the
like
shits.
up.
I don't want to be farting.
Shit.
I don't want to be farting in front of her.
It's just probiotics, man. That's all good for you.
Your dog.
No, see,
Right,
you want to do the opposite. You fart in front of her and she's okay with it. You know you found a keeper. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Winner.
you know she'll eat your ass afterwards
Okay.
because that's how women work.
That went from 0 to 100 way too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad. Again, it's
Gotcha.
getting more. You're getting more of the aged, and like the flavors are getting a bit more subdued the more whiskey you add to it. And I'm gonna slow the fuck down because I don't want to get fucking shit faced right now.
Sure
All
you do.
The aged version, 8.5 for style, 8.5 for overall. I enjoy them both. So it's just like one peg down on the style. All right, let's move over to Mr. Sexyton for the comments.
So there's a lot of back and forth with Albino Rhino and Teku Murray. Let me just get a little closer here.
Steve Orr.
Yeah, exactly. So Teku Murray, when's Bring Out Your Dead for this year? Don't know. Redbeard needs to be a Highlander or a North Bay beer. It says because it's Sawdust City is good, Carrie. Boo. And then Ewart confirms what we all know is that he suffers from homerism. Chad's catching up now as the video isn't working, but sound is. I say, you don't want to look at us. And then he was like, well, you're familiar, so I want to see familiar things, essentially. Anyways, Teku Murray accuses me of only liking lagers, dad beers, or bust. Chad's had a really nice Grazza recently and a Berliner Weiss. Here comes Finger Guns Gigolo. Bang, bang.
Finger guns.
Jesus. Glibbert's in the chat. Cheers, Christmas Ale dudes. And then, Chad says what we all know, which is, Nick is tipsy. And the human Weeble Wobble. Weeble Wobble.
I'm going to go back to this comment right here. Is Albino Rhino talking about my squirt? Don't pull that out.
Yeah, I glaze up.
I'm wondering, like, would it freeze in midair?
No, we wouldn't.
Anyway.
At no point did I say because it's Sawdust City, it's good. I give it a 5. I don't like the beer. I just feel like I've had Belgian beers, and I feel like the style is pretty bang on. So eat me, big northern albino boy.
All right. So
Carrie's upset.
Yeah. Carrie's
sorry.
probably...
I've been sitting in the fucking basement over there for like a half an hour.
Oh, it played.
Thanks.
Playing with your
Great.
laundry?
Good time.
I'm sorry.
Enjoy this beer.
Are you still drinking the same beer, Carrie?
Mm-hmm. I was trying to show off when you were commenting on the head. This one's got, like, the head of this beer looks amazing. It's like almost like a smooth sheet of glass or something it looks like. It's weird. But
Cool.
super, super, super creamy head. And actually, I am enjoying it more as I'm getting into it. I'd bump it up to like a 7 probably now. For
Probably
enjoyment.
because it's warmed up.
That's actually probably got something to do with it for sure. Because it was definitely out of the fridge cold when I started it.
You're liking Belgian beers?
Matt, what are you
By the time we
drinking?
finished?
What is that? That looks like fruit punch.
What is that at?
That's not the barley wine.
Oh, that's
No,
something
this
new.
is blueberry cobbler Berliner Weiss.
Squat
What the
cobbler.
fuck happened to your barley wine? Why don't you cuvee that shit with the barley wine? See what happens.
What makes you think I didn't, son?
I'm just guessing by the
Hey,
color.
man,
I don't-
you never know what might happen with a cuvee. That one night when I did the fucking Imperial Stout with some chocolate milk, it was actually surprisingly delicious.
Oh,
Oh,
I wouldn't cuvee anything with chocolate milk. That would
My
be
God.
fucking nasty.
How did that not
What-
go?
It wasn't a
You're gonna
lot.
have
It was like,
delirium
I had like maybe
Christmas and
2 drinks
chocolate milk
left and-
cuvee.
it was actually delicious.
Oh.
And everyone was like, "Yeah, you're gonna throw up now," and I never did either. It was
Good.
actually fun. It was a good time.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. All right. So I guess there's no real need to ask what next week's beer is because there is no next week.
No, because it's
We're not
Christmas,
quitting. We're quitting. Not quitting. Beer Analysis 101. But next week is Christmas. The week after is New Year's. So we're done for the year.
God.
We'll probably have like a hangout or something on Christmas, or hangout on something on New Year's Day or something like that. Or New Year's Eve even. But yeah, we will pick up in the new year in 2020 vision. On the 8th.
What will be the 3 weeks beer?
The 3 weeks beer? I have no idea. We haven't just even talked about that yet. I think we were talking about maybe doing like Duvel or Westmalle double.
I got them both. Why don't we just why don't we do a back to back?
Oh, you mean like do Duvel and then Westmalle?
Why not? That'd be
Well, we
interesting.
got a bunch of beers that Redbeard spread around too, and we also got some stuff that Greg is sending me. Blah.
Wow,
Well, I've got Greg beer coming my way as well.
Yeah, Greg is sending me Cafe del Bastardo. I'd like to do.
Is that the only thing he's sending you?
Oh no, he's sending me what was I'm gonna bring Greg in here just because I want to hear what they were.
Did you get one of those Great Lakes beers?
I sent Red Beard and Nick the exact same beers, plus Nick also got 2 Cafe de Bastardos. So, and then Chris actually had those same beers, so we can do the Solstice, we can do the Apocalypse later, which I suggest if you want to do that, do it quickly because that beer does fade after. And
that's why I was thinking we should probably get Greg's input for this because Apocalypse later is not gonna keep.
I mean, if it's a dark IPA that's 10%, it's not going to be.
Are you saying, Matt?
I actually get the barrel aged Nickelbrook down here, so I can jump in on Bastardo.
Ooh, you can get Cafe de Bastardo there.
Oh yeah, like all over the place in Jersey. Yeah. Like a couple different Nickelbrook barrel aged beers. So yeah,
nice.
All right, yeah, because I'm planning to do Cafe de Bastardo because I love that beer.
I love me too, man.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
So good.
Here's the thing, though. How about you? Is it still 750s up by you, or is it now 500 mil?
500.
Yeah, that sucks. Down here, they charge for a 500 milliliter bottle of Bastardo. They charge, I want to say, like $20.
Wow.
American.
Yeah.
That's the part that sucks.
Hey, here's the bottle. That bottle's
it's good, but
roughly like they're around 15.
The 750s when I bought them in Canada were like $12.
They were cheaper. They went all weird with their pricing. They shrunk down the sizes, but they didn't half the price. They half the size basically, but didn't have they kept the price almost the same.
Is aren't they like still $14 or something, Greg?
No, Bastardo. The last year they did Bastardo in 750s, I believe they were 17 or 18 a bottle. So they did down the size. Sorry, they did down the price, but it's still $12 a bottle for 500. So I do think the 750s were a better deal, but I'd have to be better at math to actually figure that out.
Well, it's better than $20 US.
Yeah. Sure it is. Well, okay. Oh, this guy farts too much.
Okay, it might be cute to kill this. All right,
thanks, Nick. I'm taking off.
All right, thanks for coming on, Chris. Nice to see
Cheers,
you,
man.
Thank you, guys. Hey, guys. Hey, listen, guys. Have you guys a great Christmas and a happy New Year, guys.
You too, man.
If we don't chat before New Year's or whatever, you guys have a great New Year's, and hopefully you guys have some good resolutions for next year. And
yeah,
see what happens.
Resolutions not to get drunk so much. I got you there. Can't keep that one. All right. Oh, I did want to show that there's the cork on the.
Ooh.
I did manage to find where it landed.
2.014. Where does that fit in the Dewey Decimal System? That's what I want to know.
Don't you know the Dewey Decimal System? Conan, the librarian. All right. Yeah. Anyway. All right. So, so there's no episode next week. We know that. Thanks everybody for watching. Nice to see you in the chat there, Albino Rhino, and yes, you too, viewer. And of course, Jace sorry. Where is he? I thought Eric Gilbert was in the chat.
Yeah, it's at the end. Eric Gilbert. Cheers and Christmas ales, dudes.
Right on. Okay. So also thanks for coming on. Massive Beer Reviews. Craig, Kent Beer Reviews. Greg, Redbeard, Chris, and we can't see him, but Ashley as well, who's hiding in the background because he's usually the guy that volunteers to be out in the back.
Bye.
And we bring him in to read comments.
Merry Christmas, fuckers.
All right. I think that's good enough.
Don't be dumb.
Penis.
Yeah.